Florian from Feel the Beat.
Yeah, thanks for having us. My name is Florian. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Feel the Beat. And today I want to talk with you about music hardware. So every day, millions of people around the world struggle to follow the beat. This kid struggles to follow the beat while playing the violin. These men struggle to follow the beat while dancing. All around the world, people have this problem every day. We set out to fix this. We are Feel the Beat, and our mission is to help the world to follow the beat. So how is this currently being done, following the beat? Right, with the metronome. It's difficult to find a single musician on this planet who hasn't used a metronome before. They are that popular. However, most beginners and even advanced musicians hate to use them. It's considered a necessary evil. And look at this thing. It was invented more than 200 years ago. Aren't we smarter than that now? We think yes, and that's why we came up with Feel the Beat. Feel the Beat is a wearable metronome that vibrates to the beat. So by feeling the beat instead of listening to it, the musician can focus on what's most important and most fun, making music, and the beat will come to him naturally. So how does it work? You simply slap Feel the Beat on your wrist or on your ankle, you connect it with Bluetooth to your smartphone, and then you set it up through our own app. It's that easy. And using a smartphone allows us to do a couple of really cool things with it. One of them we call multi-sync. With multi-sync, you can link several Feel the Beat devices to each other. So imagine an entire band, and each member wears the device, and they all get the beat at the same time through vibrations. But it's not just an interesting product for musicians. Suddenly, also dancers can use metronomes as well. And for them, we implement a feature called automatic beats per minute recognition. So if you're a dancer and you listen to music and you're dancing to music, your smartphone, you already have a supercomputer with a microphone, right? So it can just listen to the music, automatically recognize the beats per minute and match the vibrations of the song. And actually, that's just our basic product. Our vision is much bigger than that. So what the Nike Fuel Band is for sports, we want to become for music. There are already countless companies that try to build products and wearable devices for sports, but there's no one trying to build something great for musicians. And we want to accept that challenge and take that spot and become the first big company that makes smartphone accessories for musicians. So where are we now? We have the prototypes ready and we are testing them and we are going through several iterations with them. And we are currently in preparations for our crowdfunding campaign, which will be released in the beginning of next year. And to do all this, we assembled a great team of 6 people. We have the whole package. We have an industrial designer, hardware engineer, a software developer, and we started working on this only 4 months ago. And now I'd like to call Julian up on stage. He's our hardware engineer, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about the ideas we have for the final product. Because right now we have a very simple product that works, but based on the feedback that we received so far, it just keeps evolving. So Julian, the hardware engineer.
Hi. So hardware engineering. There are different types of Vibrotactile actuators out there. The most commonly used is the eccentric rotating actuator, which is actually just a spinning eccentric mass. And it's pretty straightforward and simple. We have a couple of prototypes with that working already that I can show you afterwards. But right now we're transitioning to a new technology that is called linear resonant actuator. So the big difference between those two is the way they kind of rotate or they actuate. So if you look here, like one is just spinning, the other one is kind of tapping you. So the one is a motor, the other one is more like a voice coil. So this is making possible that you can you have more subtle control, more punctual actuations on your skin, and that is very helpful to distinguish ourselves from all the technology. And so we're pretty excited about this new technology right now. And so we face a couple of challenges in the design. It has to be super, super tiny. Everything has to fit in like this little wristband. The LRAs, they have a resonant frequency that has to be driven with a special driver. We have to design custom waveforms for that are like the best matching waveforms that you can feel the beat best, and waveform patterns as well. Then for the multi-sync feature that Florian described, we have the huge issue of Bluetooth latency, and we are actually developing that right now, and it looks pretty great. But one very important issue is that is the perception of stimuli, actually, the human perception of stimuli. For auditory the perception of auditory impulses, for example, is super fast. Like your ear is super trained for very, very fast recognition of an impulse. However, tactile stimuli are a little bit slower, and visual stimuli are like, you see that because that's why you can see animations flawlessly, because your eye is just lazy. So how can we overcome this limitation? So that we can make it possible to have tactile stimuli that you can recognize as good as auditory stimuli. At the same time, it's good for us because when you're playing with a group of musicians, then you listen to these musicians as you're also listening to the metronome sometimes, which makes this very difficult to detect the stimuli in audio, in auditory feedback. So we came up with this. We read a bunch of articles and scientific articles, and there's one very interesting thing that we call in science cutaneous rabbit illusion. This is like, imagine when you're listening to stereo audio, then you have two speakers, and the source is kind of a phantom source that lies right in the middle of those if the panning is equal, and it can move to either direction. This actually works the same way with the skin. So if I replace these speakers with motors, and I have one vibrate stronger than the other, then you feel it more to one side or the other. So that's why we think we can have something called informed tapping. It means that we kind of slide from one side to the other and then tap and slide and tap, and that way you're always pre-informed about when is the next click going to happen. And we tried it out and it works like a charm. So yeah, right now we're developing the final prototype that will then be manufactured in China, and right now we're actually looking still for our team for more electrical engineering help. So yeah, just feel free to talk to us later and also try out prototypes.
Yeah, one final note to add from my side. If you're interested, we have a newsletter up on our homepage, so you can sign up, and then you're going to hear about our product release and a Kickstarter release as the first one. And besides, we're really interested in receiving feedback from musicians because we want to make a product that is actually useful. So we have currently a questionnaire up on our homepage. It takes like 5 minutes to fill it out. So if you're interested and you're using metronomes regularly, check it out. And that's it. That's Feel the Beat, the wearable metronome that vibrates to the beat. Thank you.